What's going on YouTube? My name's Omar. Welcome back to another Football Manager video. Today we're here with part number 2 of that Millwall save. Today we've got a cup game. I thought I'd come back with maybe instead of the first game of the season, seeing as this is against Crystal Palce at Selhurst Park. It's a timely derby reminder. So what we'll do today is we'll run through the transfer window, what we got up to in pre-season. And as you can see, first game of the season, 2-0 win over Stoke, and the first round of the Capital One Cup, or Carabao Cup as it's called nowadays, 4-1 victory over Bristol Rovers. So I'll bring you over the highlights of that, as well as obviously the transfer window. So obviously at this point of the window, we're up to the 16th September. We've still got, I think, roughly 3 to 4 weeks left. I can't quite remember when the window closes. I'm pretty sure it's within the first week or two of October. I'm just going to double check to make sure. There we go, 16th of October is the domestic transfer window closing for the Championship. So still another month to do, and obviously games in the middle, so loads of time for things to change around, whether it be injuries, whether it be transfers out. So to bring you up to speed on the transfers out, the rest of these have already been done before I joined, but significant ones since I've joined is John Doddy Badverson going to Inter Miami. David Beckham looking for that Icelandic striker. I promised him the next Good Johnson and managed to get 1.6 million for Bodvarsson. Don't know how I managed to do that, but I'm not complaining. Obviously money we can use to reinvest into the squad. We didn't really get a transfer budget beforehand, so this gives me an opportunity to invest into other players, which you might see on the left hand side here with 2 signings so far. Jiri Skalak left on a free transfer, sitting on 10 grand a week. I think I'm committing to 1.6 grand a week of his contract, which to release 8.4 and obviously reinvest it into whether it be loan signings or transfers is a win-win for me. And finally, only last week, Tom Bradshaw left to go to Swansea, Welsh striker playing for a Welsh club. Good luck to him. He just didn't really fit into the formation I'm looking to play going forward, so for me it was a no-brainer to cash in on him whilst I could. Sitting on a valuation of 2.5 million at the time, probably could say it's not enough money for him, but I think he has 1 year left on his deal, so I was quite keen to move him on, and no, he wasn't part of my plan, so I thought it was the opportunity to move him on. On the ins, only 2 ins. We've got Alan Halilovic, which is an interesting signing for a Millwall side. Obviously, previously at Barcelona back in the day. He's kind of been in around in Europe, the likes of Belgium, Holland, and he was a free transfer at the start of the game. Had him in on trial at first. It was recommended by the scouts, and turned out to be a good one. And I think he's going to be a good player for me, good squad player, and we'll see. Hopefully, we can develop him a bit more. He's still only 24 years old. Technical attributes are there, good playmaker, and fits into the 4-2-3-1 formation that I want to play going forwards. The other signing was a loan signing, Alex Pritchard from Huddersfield, a 300 grand commitment for the whole season, which is not too shabby for a player in the last year of contract at Huddersfield. It was a no-brainer, I think, in my eyes. He's going to be a good option for me. Again, versatile across the front three, can also fill in the middle if necessary if we have any injuries there. And again, a player with good pedigree, 27 years old, and will offer a lot for us this season. And I think could potentially be a key player for me if we're looking to kick on and try and cement our places in the top half of the table. So if we look at pre-season as a whole, it got off to an interesting start, losing us to our second 11. I tried to mix the teams around a little bit. As you can see here, 2-0 defeat, but it was a kind of, almost fair team. I thought it was my strongest 11 almost out there, to be honest with you. But going down 2-0 to the reserves probably wasn't the highlight of my start to the season so far. But I mean, you've got second 11 there for a reason. A few players that were on the fringes in the first team. It was a cool feature that we could put in now into Football Manager 2021. The rest of the pre-season was kind of comprehensive. Nice victories away from home. I think we went to Switzerland on a little tour. 6-2 victory here. Players in amongst the goals. Kenneth Sahore on loan, obviously, from West Brom. Brian Leonard and Mason Bennett getting free from the bench. We then carried on that form with a 4-2 victory. Alex Pearce getting a goal. Matt Smith, Mason Bennett and Jake Cooper. 3-1 victory as well. I kind of noticed we weren't getting many clean sheets, which was a bit of a concern for me, but I can't knock it because the first game of the season we won 2-0 against Stoke. I'll fast forward to that now. I think obviously you can see here, this is Swole, who are actually the Eredivisie side. So the first division in Holland, managed to win 4-2. If memory serves me right, we went 2-0 down in this game and managed to come back to win 4-2. So I was quite pleased with that. And as you can see from the statistics from a lot of these games, we're on top of it, these teams. A lot of chances. Like I said, we did go 2-0 down, but the retaliation in the second half from the side was pretty good, being 2-1 down and winning 4-2. And then we'll fast forward to the first cup game, and that was Bristol Rovers at home. It took us a little while to get going in this game. Obviously, with my strongest 11 out there, I was a bit concerned, but we managed to get the breakthrough in the second half. Jed Wallace picking up a nice easy goal there, slipped through by Ben Thompson to make it 1-0. Second goal of the game came through Scott Malone, who's actually been a prominent figure so far in the last 2 games and actually impressed in pre-season. Nice little interplay on the left-hand side here. Bennett teed it to Malone on the overlap, and Scott Malone scores to make it 2-0. His first goal back, obviously, in his second spell for the club. Concerning for me a little bit, playing a high line. The visitors actually got one back. Hanlon just a simple ball over the top and managed to bury it past Bielkowski. Again, tapping into the whole Warrior had in pre-season, not keeping a clean sheet. You can see in the statistics, we had expected goals of 2.34, scored 4, quite happy with that. And obviously, the XG for the against, 0.63 was, you should hopefully keep a clean sheet, I was hoping for, but it wasn't to be. Wallace got his second goal of the game here, the 60th minute. I think it was a little counter-attack, Halilovic picking him out, and Jed Wallace buries it in the bottom left corner. Keeper with no chance. And finally, the fourth goal of the game, Ben Thompson, the midfielder. As you can see, a quick succession here. Second half, gave him a little rocket at half-time. Within 18 minutes, 4-1 up. Ben Thompson with the pick of the goals there. It brings me neatly on to the last game, our first game of the season in the league, at home to Stoke City. A 2-0 victory. The likes of Jed Wallace and Pritchard on the score sheet. Again, as you see from statistics, the pleasing thing for me in this game, Stoke came with the intent to get a 0-0. No chances created, very minimal. I think the only shot on target I had was towards the end of the game. But our perseverance played off. I kind of took a little bit of a risk in the team selection. Troy Parrott, who's been injured for pre-season, I thought he's an opportunity to play. He scored a couple of goals for Ireland in a couple of international games. Backfired. He didn't really do much for me, but we persevered. Jed Wallace on the score sheet and Alex Pritchard, and we'll show you them goals now. So as you can see, a nice little interchange. Build-up play on the left-hand side. Malone ball in the box, and Jed Wallace at the back post to head it in to make it 1-0. I was a bit worried, like I said, worried that we wouldn't get the win despite being dominant side, 13 corners, but we persevered. And then we got another goal straight after the first. Romeo this time down the right hand side, bombing on as a fullback would do in nowadays football. Picks out Pritchard, who came off the bench, and tucks it away to make it 2-0. So just on team news, obviously with it being a cup game in midweek, and again another league game at the weekend to come up, I think we're going away to Rotherham. I think next game, could be mistaken. I'm trying to think of what the fixtures were in real life now at this point. There we go, Rotherham away on the weekend. I've got that in my mind. I know it's Crystal Palce, I know it's a big derby for the fans, but I wanted to rest a couple of players. The likes of Halilovic coming out, Bennett coming out, but he might lose his place because Mahoney impressed the last game. It's still a considerable strong side, but the likes of Romeo sitting out with Hayden Muller getting a chance, he looks quite pleasing on the stats at the moment, so hopefully we can develop and nurture him. If we was to be a Premier League side, would I play him a lot? Probably not, but if I can nurture him and was a Championship side for a couple of seasons, I don't see no reason why he couldn't maybe come into the first team and force his way into the side. The likes of Woods comes back in. He couldn't play against Stoke, but I'm hoping for Ryan Woods to be a key player for me this season. And obviously Ben Thompson keeps his place in the middle. So yeah, the team looks quite strong. Jake Cooper picks up an injury, so this is a good chance for him to pick up some 90 minutes here. Obviously with the new statistics on how to look at players on Football Manager now, you can't really see their exact percentage of match sharpness, but it's a good opportunity to bring Cooper in alongside his trusted partner of Sean Hutchinson. It's near enough a strong 11. Obviously fullbacks were quite weak, and probably you could say up front, maybe I would have gone for Sahor, but I think Parrott's another opportunity to get him some more minutes in the bank, and hopefully we can get him up to speed quicker, because statistically he looks like he'll be one of our best players this season. So team sheets are out, Butland in goal by the looks of it. Interesting decision there. It looks quite a strong side from Palace. Obviously the likes of Wilfred Sahara starting. I'm going to be intrigued to see how he does against us. It's obviously a London derby, the fans are up for it by the looks of it. We'll see if we can do this and try and take the win. I'm going to give the team talk quite clearly for the fans. It's away from home at Selhurst Park, but end of the day, still got to try and give it a good go. Go to the tactics, opposition instructions, make sure we cover them. I don't think we really want to press too much. We play positive on the front foot, but I just want to watch out for the forwards really. So where we go. Let's see if we can keep it contained for the first few minutes. We're trying to keep the ball a little bit with this side. As Palace have a set piece a couple minutes in, ball into the box, headed over by Sacco, thankfully. We have another highlight a couple minutes later. Again, a Premier League side, Crystal Palace. I'm not expecting to pick up a result, but if we can do well and at least put performance in. Here's Zaha, good tackle by Ryan Woods. Goes out wide to Mahoney. Don't lose the ball. Played it across and Eze's picks it up. Thankfully, Bielkowski's behind that. Looks like it's all Palace for the minute, as we're looking to play from the back. Like I said, tried to build possession, keep the ball. Bielkowski to Cooper. He goes forward, long over the top. Kouyaté picks it up, but here's Shane Ferguson. Ben Thompson in the middle. Picks out Alex Pritchard. Go on, Alex Pritchard. Thompson out wide to Hayden Muller on the overlap on the right hand side. Ball into the box. It's cleared away by Kouyaté. And here comes Wilfried Zaha up against Shane Ferguson. I wouldn't surprise if he blitzes him, but it's a good tackle. He's going to keep it in though. Here we go. On the byline, ball in the box. Good block there from Batshuayi's shot. Not had any opportunities just yet, but 10 minutes in, I'm not too disappointed. Here's Müller on the right hand side. Thompson to Woods, out wide to Hayden Müller. Ball into the box. Easy for Jack Butland. Not disappointed. I'm going to encourage players. So far, I'm content. See if we can get the likes of Jed Wallace into the game though. Here's Thompson to Woods. Alex Pritchard again. Plays it through. Nathaniel Klein mops it up and goes back to Butland. I'm cautious that I think Palace are going to hit us on the counter-attack if we commit too many bodies forwards. We're playing on positive mentality, but maybe I'll switch down to balance in a second. I would expect that. As long as we don't make any silly mistakes whilst we're in possession of the ball, I'll be happy. And as long as we're hard to beat. Here's Batshuayi on the right-hand side of the box. He keeps going. No challenging on him. And Zaha's had a shot, and Ayu's there to tap it in. Disappointing. We let Batshuayi run down the right-hand side there, and we got punished. We have a throw in on the left-hand side. Mahoney to Woods. Gets an effort in, and Parrott heads it over. That's a bit better. And we've got 38 minutes on the clock. Palace with a throw in. Nathaniel Klein. He prowls into the box, unchallenged, and gets a shot away to make it 2-0. Disappointing. I've just got an update from my assistant saying Jed Wallace made a lot of mistakes today. Not what you'd like to see from your best player. As we're under pressure again, can we keep it 2-0 before half time? I'd hope we can. He's Riedewald for Palace. Challenged. Here's Jed Wallace. Can you make up for your couple of mistakes in the first half? He's lost the ball to Meyer there. He plays it through, but Sean Hutchinson does enough to clear it. No nonsense from the centre half there. Palace have a set piece here. Eze whips the ball in. Cleared away. Cooper clears it. Parrott's kind of standing there on his own up front. Klein to Zaha. It's one-way traffic. Skips past defenders like he's not there. Cooper clears it. Come on, Wallace. Can you be better with this ball now? Galloping down the right-hand side. He's played it down the line to Parrott, who I think's offside there. No, he's still on. Jed Wallace. Back to Thompson. Ryan Woods. It's Pritchard. Mahoney. Kanya. 2-1. Just before half-time. Get in there. Well taken goal. Wallace involved as well, even though he's on a 6.3 rating now. And there we have it, half-time. 2-1 down. They've obviously had more of the chances, but they're not too convincingly ahead of us. I think we're lucky to get a goal back before half-time there, but the balance of play is in our favour. Maybe we just look to attack a bit more intent in the second half and just go for it, really, I think. I'm not going to throw the bottle because I'm not that disappointed, but I'm going to pump fist and say it's time for everyone to dig in and to give everything you've got left tonight. We deserve to win this match. Maybe not. First half wasn't good enough. Show them what you're all about in a second, because I think we're better. We can do more. Players that motivate and inspired. I'm happy with that. I want them to encourage defence to midfield to be the difference. Everyone's happy. We'll do the same to the defence whilst we're at it. Okay. I don't think I'll make any changes just at the moment. I know Wallace on a 6.3, but I might wait to the hour mark and maybe bring a couple of players on them. Let's see if we can get back into this game. Like I said, I'm going to go for attacking. We've had a lot of the ball. Maybe we can make the most of it if we push forward instead of just passing it around aimlessly. Cooper wins the header. Wallace plays it forward towards Troy Parrott. He's a bit isolated there. Pritchard's not really following him up at the moment. See if I can change that. He's on advanced playmaker attack already, so I'm not going to look for more from that, to be honest. Thompson here. It's Alex Pritchard. Goes out wide to Mahoney. Takes it down nicely. Skips past one. Conor Mahoney. Getting down to the byline. It's blocked by Wilfred Zaha. Cooper steps in front of AU. Nicely done. Here's Thompson. We're getting a bit of momentum here. Müller forward again. Ball into the box. Jed Wallace. Blocked by Sacco. Interesting. Let's not get hit on the counter-attack though. Great tackle by Ben Thompson to win the ball back. Here's Eze with a Palace free kick. Whipped in. Cooper clears. Jed Wallace. Counter-attacks on. Players going forwards. Here we go, Jed. Go on. Gets on the left-hand side. Zaha tackles him. No penalty. He's fallen to the floor. Nothing given. AU's now on the counter-attack. It's a bit end-to-end at the moment. Not sure how I feel about this. John Ayew skips past the defender. Good save by Bielkowski. Another highlight straight away. I am on key highlights, so obviously it's quite a end-to-end game at the moment. Here's Jed Wallace. Forwards. Looking for Parrott. Does well to flick it on. He's a bit isolated up there, you know. I wonder if I should go 4-4-2. Woods steps in to win the ball. Can he play through Parrott? He doesn't. He keeps going. Ryan Woods. Mayer steps in, but he's got another chance at the ball here on the left-hand side. Ben Thompson cleared away by Mihailovic. I'm worried about 2 against 2 at the back, but for the moment, with them 2 at the back, I'm content with that. Jed Wallace here on the right-hand side. Ball in. Ben Thompson. Great save by Butland. I'm going to roll the players up a bit more. Demand more from him. Attitudes seem good. Everyone's green and happy. Wallace is not 100% of the races fitness-wise either, so it might be my change at 60 minutes here. Pritchard, good save by Butland again. Wallace back in, cleared away. 55 on the clock. Bit of momentum for us by looks of it here. Another highlight in their half. Woods, Thompson, Mahoney. Can you have a shot? Straight up Butland. This is much better second half, playing on attack. More pressure on Palace here. Ben Thompson picks the ball up. Edge of his area. Back to Woods, Thompson, Pritchard. Mahoney. Out wide. Ferguson ball in the box. Troy Parrott. It's blocked. Ah, gilt edge chance. Hour mark. Let's make a couple subs. I don't think Muller's done bad today, but I want to bring Romeo on for the last half hour. See if we can get an equaliser. The game's there for us, I feel like. It's a sub that I'd want to make if I was in the stands in real life there. Jed Wallace, you've huffed and puffed today. Not been too great, to be honest with you. I'm thinking Halilovic, and then maybe, I'll tell you what, we'll go inside, inverted winger on the right side as well with Halilovic. Go a bit more attacking. Hopefully Romeo and Shane Ferguson can get involved in the attack. Maybe look for the overlap on both sides. It's attacking, quite intentful, but will it set us up for a counter-attack from Palace? We'll have to wait and see. Here's Milojevic to Mayer, 61 on the clock. It'd be a shame if we concede now when we come back into this game. Here's Wilfried Zaha, the danger man. Bielkowski picks up a tame shot. Statistics, let's look in our favour at the moment. I mean, we've come back into this second half. More chances, more opportunities going forward. Still completing a good fair percent of our passes as well, despite playing a bit more direct, which is impressive. Come on, 70 on the clock. Still nothing. I think it's going to play out to a 2-1 defeat here. Unless, 91st minute of 4 added on. Here's AU, picks up a ball, he goes for goal. Bielkowski's behind that. Safe hands, indeed. 93, I think that's going to be curtains. As we get down, ticking down the seconds here. Palace on the ball. I think that's going to be the full-time whistle. Milojevic here to Mayer. Keeping the ball nicely, to be fair to him, as you'd expect from a Premier League side. And that's it. 2-1 defeat. Not disappointed. I think we gave a good go of ourselves. Again, a Premier League side, near enough full strength from Palace. And we made a few changes. So I'm not too disheartened by that. I think, you know, the players gave their all. We were the underdogs and you gave it your best. Good effort, lads. And the team agrees with me by the looks of it. So we'll just dust off and go again against Rotherham, I feel like. And if we look at the competitions, I think the minimum expectation was to reach the third round. We get knocked out the second round by Palace, but I would like to have met a Championship or League One or League Two side in the second round, and hopefully we've got a third round tie against a Premier League side. But it wasn't to be. Tough ask going to Selhurst Park. We go down 2-1. So that's all for today. Looking forward to the next episode to bring you guys. I reckon I'll play a couple more games and maybe come back Wickham away. I think, you know, you have an international break there as well. End of the transfer window. Good opportunity to bring you up to date if there's any more transfers in or out. And obviously, you've got 3 more games to come from with Rotherham, Brentford and Swansea. So, thanks for tuning in today. Let me know your feedback below. If you've enjoyed the video, give it a like. And obviously, leave your comments and your predictions for the next 3 games. Come on, you Lions.